Hi, I'm Claudia from the Sincerely Spain blog, a blog where you can learn lots about studying abroad, moving abroad, and living abroad in Spain. But today we want to talk about something different, and that is a classic Spanish food, tortilla de patatas. Now, you should know that tortilla de patatas is something that you can find in most places around Spain, and you can probably find it at any time during the day. Another important thing that you should know is that while it's not vegan, it will fit other vegetarian diets as the ingredients are pretty simple: onion, potatoes, olive oil, and eggs with a little bit of salt. The third thing that you should know before we get started is that all people make their tortilla de patatas slightly differently, and everyone's grandma has the best recipe. So today, this is just how I make my tortilla de patatas, and I want to share it with you. First, I make sure to wash the potatoes, get them clean. I like to buy organic potatoes and leave the skin on, but then again, this is just my personal preference. And I chop the onions and potatoes into small chunks. You'll find that different people chop their potatoes differently. I like to get them into small chunks because when I cook them down, I like them to get soft and kind of even a little bit mushy. But again, this is my personal preference. It is really, really important to note that there is a big debate pro-onion, anti-onion in tortilla de patatas. I'm obviously pro-onion. The onions cook down, they become really soft and they kind of disappear, but they give a nice little flavor. Of course, you will also find people that say absolutely not, no onions in your tortilla. Once everything's chopped and in small little bits, then I put the onions into the pan first. I like to use olive oil. I use an extra virgin Spanish organic olive oil that I buy from Lidl because it's about as cheap as I can find for good quality stuff. Once your onions have cooked down a little bit, then I add in the potatoes, and I just let it cook for a really long time. I like to put a lid on it as well because that helps it cook faster and stick less. Which you'll see I have a little bit of problem with sticking, or quite a big problem with sticking in this video. But yeah, just let them cook down really a lot until they're nice and soft. At the same time that the onions and potatoes are cooking down, I just like to scramble some eggs. Here I use about 6 eggs. Usually I make a tortilla that's about 6 eggs, but you want enough eggs to cover your potatoes. And I just put them into a bowl with a little bit of salt. Here I'm using pink Himalayan salt because I love salt, so I have lots of different kinds. And I just whisk that together with a fork. And once the potatoes are ready, I take the potato onion mixture and I dump it right into the eggs. And now you might think that that's a little bit weird, and why would you do that? I don't know when I learned this or who I learned it from, but it's a thing that you dump the potatoes into the eggs. It helps the eggs start to cook a little bit. I don't know, changes the flavor, and then it goes right back into the pan. And you'll see here that I've let my tortilla mixture cook for a while. I had a lid on it as well to try and help even out that temperature. And then I went to see how ready it was to flip, and you can see that I have a teeny tiny little problem because it's stuck. Now, I only have a wooden spatula here at my home in Finland, and so it was a little bit of a mess to get this unstuck, but I can promise you that the final result was really just as delicious as normal, even if it wasn't as beautiful as I would have liked it to be for a video. But once you're sure that the bottom of the tortilla has cooked and then it's cooked most of the way through, you're going to want to flip your tortilla. And now in Spain you can have special pans to flip, but I just flip with a plate. So that means that I take the saucepan, the saute pan, and I like push the tortilla onto the plate. Then I take the plate in my left hand, the pan in my right hand. I put the pan over the plate and then I flip it. This is probably going to take you a little bit of practice, and I can promise you that the first time I flipped a tortilla, it kind of went everywhere. Your arms need to get used to the different pressures, and you have to get used to this whole sensation. But once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard. And then you just flip it over and continue to let it cook on the other side until it's done. And there you have it. This tortilla is not the most beautiful tortilla you've ever seen. I can't believe that I have not messed up a whole tortilla in years, and it happened today when I was shooting this video. But it will be delicious. You can eat it piping hot warm, you can eat it cold, you can eat it with salad, with bread. A tortilla sandwich is very popular in Spain, and we hope you enjoy.